This is why I don't take LeBron seriously. And it was just another round of criticism for LeBron James. And everybody's right. LaFlop is a bad look. But what is it born out of? Why is LeBron James at age 40 flopping around, trying to draw fouls, trying to cheat the game, basically? There's no honor to the way LeBron James competes at this point, is what the argument is. And I believe there's some truth to that. That, like, LeBron James is so desperate to win another championship that there's nothing he will not do to win that championship. And so he will play without honor. He will play and compete in a way that's beneath someone who considers themselves the GOAT of basketball and one of the greatest athletes of all time. So here, man has scored 50,000 points. Man has won 4 championships. He's won 4 or 5 MVP trophies. You know, he's considered one of the 2, 3, 4, 5 best players in NBA history. But here he is disrespecting the game. And look, as it relates to some sports, like let's take Major League Baseball, that if you're not cheating, you're not trying, is what they say. But there's also sports that are played with honor. Golf. You know, you keep your own score. There's a level of trust. And it's not that everybody lives up to it, because obviously there's cheating in golf. I've done it. No, I'm somewhat joking, but, you know, anyway, basketball and where we're at now, it's turned, it looks a lot like soccer, a very finesse, soft game of soccer where they flop around and do all that. And LeBron and Luka Doncic are 2 of the leaders of this. But the question I want to ask you, as you look and are harshly critical of LeBron James, and you want to, like, man, this is beneath someone of LeBron's skill, his stature in sports. Why is he doing this? And I once again want to ask you to think about, how did we get here? Is this who LeBron James would be if not for Skip Bayless? Is this, and when I say Skip Bayless, ESPN, Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, if not for what was done to LeBron James starting at age 21, and I want to refresh you all's memory. I want to go to this ESPN.com page 2 column written by Skip Bayless in 2006, when LeBron James is just 21 years old and he's in his 3rd year in the NBA. That looks a tiny bit different than the headline grab that I'm talking about. But the headline I'm looking at on page 2, so LeBron has a long way to go by Skip Bayless. And so let me read you the beginning of this once again. And just keep in mind, this is LeBron James is at 21. In the end, this is what Skip Bayless writes, it was all about 23. That's how many points number 23's Cleveland Cavaliers scored in Sunday's second half, and that was mostly LeBron James's fault. But of course, Sunday's end was more about Friday night. That's when LeBron's team led by 3 with 3:15 left at home. That Game 6 door should have been slammed on the Detroit Pistons, whose throats were tightening like the rim. Their shots kept bouncing off. That was almost all LeBron's fault. I know. The kid is just 21. But LeBron worshipers cannot have it both ways. You cannot tell me he's better than Michael Jordan was at this stage. Some of you contend at any stage, then defend him when he fails because he's barely legal. I think we'd agree he's the oldest looking and playing 21-year-old NBA player we've ever seen. So old physically and mentally and facially that we sometimes find ourselves wondering if somewhere along the way somebody lost track of his age. I mean, look at the pictures of Jordan and Magic and Bird at age 21, and you laugh at how skinny and baby-faced they look. LeBron, no, this kid is a man now. He must be treated as such. Off with the kid gloves. No more premature myth-making. LeBron James has the size, strength, skill, and instincts to be an all-time great player. More Magic than Michael, but he isn't yet. Let's be honest, he isn't even close. when it really counted in games 6 and 7 against the very good but not great Pistons team, LeBron was a colossal disappointment. At around 6'8", 250 pounds, he came up small. He shrank under pressure. He still has a long way to go as a leader, a shooter, a clutch scorer, beating the physiologically fragile Gilbert Arenas, psychologically fragile Gilbert Arenas and the Washington Wizards was one thing. Closing out the Pistons quite another. This postseason was a start, but only that. So this is Skip Bayless laying the foundation of a gimmick and a shtick that he would execute on LeBron James for the next, basically, 15 to 20 years. That whatever LeBron James does has to reach Jordan-like proportions or LeBron is a failure. Skip Bayless has given LeBron James an identity and a career goal. You have to, in order for your greatness to be celebrated, you have to surpass Michael Jordan. This is the game that was rigged up for a 21-year-old LeBron James. It's just not fair. It's not what we had done to athletes before LeBron James. I thought about this weekend. I thought about it Saturday when I saw the flop. I thought about it like, how did LeBron James, a guy, we got a collection of videos, and I believe these are from his early days in Cleveland. We got a collection of videos like of just how happy-go-lucky LeBron was and the joy he played with in Cleveland. I remember being slightly critical of like, hey, LeBron's having too much fun. There's too much dancing going on. And LeBron still does a little dancing, but this is who LeBron played with great joy. He was not this angry person that he has become later in his career, the person that confronted Stephen A. Smith here just last week on the sidelines, basically threatening Stephen A. Smith. That is not who LeBron James was at the beginning. He was not on that path. What happened? Skip Bayless happened. But I want to play, let's play some of these let's play some of these old clips. Let's start with shot number 7. This is LeBron James, I believe, in 2008-ish, little dancing versus the Bulls. Let's play shot 7.
Well, the dancing is something that the Cavaliers started even before the game began. This is a loose-knit group. They know how to have fun. Danny Green on the right, the rookie out of North Carolina, one of the lead dancers on this team, and it looks like he has taught LeBron a move or two tonight. Other than the altercation with Noah, LeBron's having himself one heck of a good time.
LeBron's spirit is naturally joyful. How did he get here? How did he become the angry guy, the desperate guy?